1980. A lovely 3-year-old girl already has a toy car in her hands. The car is the Ford GT40, and a passion is born. "26 years later, she has the honor and pleasure of getting behind the wheel. Or rather, its replica, the GT. A dream is about to come true. Unveiled to the world at the 2002 Detroit Auto Show, the GT40 concept created such a euphoria that 45 days later, Ford announced the construction of the production version. No less and no more than 101 examples have been earmarked for Europe, exactly the same as the original. And what a chance this is for Jessica to get behind the wheel. Today, it is known as the GT. Back in its day, the name GT40 was the property of another constructor. But for history's sake, 40 corresponded to the GT's height of 40 inches. The 21st century GT is taller, longer and larger, and most of all, built for the road. Sticking to tradition, it is a V8 that powers this supercar. With the added supercharger, the brake horsepower comes in at 550, with a measured torque of 677 Newton meters. The aluminium block is centrally located, 32 valves, double overhead cam, aluminium pistons, a steel crankshaft and a double disc clutch are the elements of this motor, which is exclusive to the GT. It is coupled with an all-new Ricardo 6-speed gearbox, and there is a limited slip differential to boot. All of this adds up to a top speed of 330 kilometers per hour. The aerodynamics are well thought out and contribute greatly to the top-end speed. Ford paid close attention to the design in order to retain the lines of the prototype, to the point of even reversing their usual construction techniques. Generally speaking, a new car is created from the interior towards the exterior, meaning that the bodywork is adapted to the chassis. Here, the Ford engineers started with the original design, then created the suitable organs to go with it. The result, a near-perfect replica. The chassis and bodywork are made from aluminium. Each air intake and heat extractor plays an important role. The doors are part of the roofline. The Ford GT is splendid. Cars that are capable of provoking emotion thanks to their form are indeed rare, and the GT is most certainly one of them. The inside is pure sport, with the famous carbon bucket seats fitted with aluminium eyelets, just like the seats from back in the day. The force of this interior is the fact that the motor is situated just behind the driver and is omnipresent in the rear view mirror. The engine sound takes your breath away. The steering is hyper stiff, as is the clutch pedal. The gear lever deserves particular attention. The car's origin, don't forget, is competition, and you can feel it now. Yet it is easy to drive and, more importantly, efficient. We could think that such a car is a handful, but not at all. It's accessible and completely safe, without being deprived of character. In a word, the Ford GT is awesome, and every dream must eventually come to an end. After 2 hours behind the wheel, it was time for Jessica to hand back the keys.
Voilà, voici venu le moment le plus difficile de cet essai. Je dois rendre les clés à Alain. En tout cas, merci encore. J'ai exaucé un rêve d'enfant. Merci beaucoup.